Please look at me. Was a crime committed here, a crime against you? If so, then we must go to the magistrate.
And bring it out in public. I could not.
You cannot want to be silent about such an injustice.
At least I would not have to share my shame.
And let the man be immune? And let him escape his punishment? Why would you wish that for him?
I should not wish that for such a man.
I did come upon your distress and his guilt. I did see the very crime in his face.
Yes.
The fault is not with you.
And my marriage shall not suffer for it.
Of course not. I am your wife, and you have been ill-used.
Criminal conversation is nothing more than a euphemism for...
Sexual intercourse with another man's wife.
Quite.
You are embarrassed because you think it's so, Mr. Soothouse.
He flushes merely at the term, not contemplation of the act.
Which he could not, because I have not lain with you.
I recollect that to be so.
Hill has hired a man called Farmer.
He did serve writs upon us both.
He is a poison.
Garrow's value is negligible. He's not a gentleman. Of course, some property in Pegwell Bay inherited from his late parents.
His ability to pay is not the issue.
Quite. As Judge Kenyon is fond of saying, if a man cannot pay with his purse, he must pay with his person.
The sum Hill seeks may land you in debtor's prison.
Then I must away to the Old Bailey to earn a guinea.
Have I not got through to you?
Hill's claim for damages will not succeed because he will have no claim to fact.
The truth will overcome my husband's malice.
A high-born gentleman finds himself dishonored by the loss of his wife's comfort and society and seeks damages accordingly.
Verdicts at the King's Bench are based on no more than circumstantial evidence. Hill does not have to prove the direct fact of adultery.
A suggestion that illicit sex had probably taken place will suffice, if the two are closeted together in private.
And you can contrive a means to have them so identified together.
I take pride in my experience in such matters.
Therefore, you must take great pains not to be identified together. You must keep apart.
A note of my charges, 10% of any damages awarded.
You cannot take this lightly. They mean to ruin you.
Mary! What are you about?
To the mistress, sir.
Under whose instruction?
Lady Sarah ordered me. She wants her clothes. Fresh clothes, sir. She's at the hotel and has no other.
But they are no longer her clothes. You work for me and you obey only my orders. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I'm most sorry I did not know.
Put them away.
Mary was your wife's personal maid and still loyal to her.
Apparently.
What of my son in all this? What of Samuel?
You shall be reunited with him. The Royal Hotel, driver.
Yes, sir.
I wish to know everything, particularly if she does have visitors, but also when she leaves, when she stays, what she does in her room, the stains upon her undergarments, the contents of her pot. Send the chambermaid to me.
When you came there, describe what persons you found there, what things.
We pushed our way into the hovel and went to an upstairs room, much blackened by smoke and most hot. We did see Thomas Harris throw a mould used for coining from the window.
No,
trade and perhaps 20 shillings laying in the street. Thomas Harris's hands were in a state of work. Black, so were Phoebe Harris's. Most dirty. I found 10 shillings on the mantelpiece.
No good can come from such oaths, madam.
Were you able to recover any items from the street?
The broken mould. And we think also there were tools and other coins discarded, but they were taken.
Mr. Garrow. Mr. Garrow?
Mr. Farmer, I thought I did detect the whiff of sulphur.
In its administration...
You have come to spy on Garrow, no doubt, your quarry. Perhaps you may even find it enlightening to see how a true man of the law performs his duty.
I came upon a very sad scene. A loving young couple, cleaved together in terror, facing the penalty of the law for their venal transgressions, and now they do fight for their lives, both facing their extinction, and their only defense is that lies are told about them. I fear the chances are very slim. I fear their base vice to be exposed.
You will never find them together. I have warned them.
You cannot repel desire, Mr. Sweethouse.
Court awards that you, Thomas Harris, be led to the jail from whence you came and thence to the place of execution, where you are to be hanged by the neck until you are dead. Court awards that you, Phoebe Harris, are to be led to the jail from whence you came and thence to the place of execution, where you are to be burnt with fire until you are dead.
How to be burned, him to get the relative mercy of the rope?
Unequal punishment. But that's the lot of women, is it not? Will, there was little prospect of acquittal.
As in my own case, Mr. Sweethouse.
Not if you heed my advice. Farmer will employ spies. Any meetings with Lady Sarah, however innocent, will be twisted in court.
Is Lady Sarah innocent of some knowledge concerning her son Samuel? I saw her uniform at Milk Street.
She may never see the child again. The fact that she is the child's mother is meaningless in law. The child is Hill's property.
I must go to Hill.
You must not. You think he will be moved like a jury by your persuasion. You will simply provoke him.
Provoke him into sense, into reason.
The whole prosecution is in the realm of the absurd. Will, I have a case.
'Tis a hideous thing to be accused of.
Utter corruption. Imported by our spindle-shank gentry from Italy, I believe.
Thank you for the potted history, Mr. Sweethouse.
Would you care for some gin? The jailer can supply nothing better. Some comforts here, but I assure you I am not comfortable. I have a reputation in society that I do value. Will be entirely done away with if this accusation prevails. David Jasker, a mere acquaintance. A tradesman I do patronize with my business, the man who mends my shoes, for God's sake. And now my accuser, the harbinger of my disgrace, my death! Give my agitation. I do apologize.
Apology is not necessary. It becomes a man who has been wronged.
You do see that?
The cobbler, David Jasker. You have known him long?
6 months or so. Simply by virtue of the fact that I did initially frequent his shop.
Initially, you mean that the acquaintance progressed from that?
What I suppose is that we did converse politely in the way a tradesman would address a customer and vice versa, and as my custom became more regular, I became more familiar with him. And his wife.
And what did you speak of?
The weather. Whatever scandal graced the newspapers that day. The state of their business. Somewhat parlous.
I mean, I do wonder why Jasker, as your cobbler, and mindful of your status, is so candid with you. Would confide such information